Hello and all, welcome to the Galaxy Man Show. For my very next guest on my show is a sensational artist known by the name of Bribsta. So I'm about to add Brib into the live now and have a chat with Brib about her sensational music career. So yeah, let's add Brib in and have a chat with Brib. Hello, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello.
Good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you for both. I just would like to say thank you so much for coming onto my show. It's such an incredible pleasure having both of you on my show for today. Uh,
Yes,
so
absolutely.
so people that don't know who you both are, give like a bit of backstory, and then we'll dive right into the question.
Okay.
Go on then.
So we both met online. Through like online gaming. We started Minecraft.
Yes.
We both started doing music together on a song called Across the Sea. It was just kind of like a test thing. Like he was writing the music for it and I wrote the lyrics. And so I'm from Canada originally, and he lives in Australia.
I live in Australia, yeah.
Yes.
And so we had never met, and for 3 years now we've been doing music together, and we just met for the first time like 3 days ago because I'm in Australia now.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's it.
I actually love that. I'm actually from all the way from Brisbane, Australia.
That's
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Nice. We're in South Australia.
Okay, nice. I actually love to how you both mentioned gaming because the singer that I had on before, he's like, I'm into gaming and he was into Minecraft and everything when you guys said.
Yes.
So I love that. I love that. So
Oh, wow.
thank you so much again for appearing on my show. We'll dive right into the question. So for my very first question, so I like you've created incredible original songs, and for the first original song I'm going to mention is aspect of mystery. Like, what was it like creating this song, and what's the meaning behind this song?
Okay, I've never been asked that before. So, Aspect of Mystery, I started writing it quite a while ago, and it was just because I have a lot of songs like written, and so sometimes I'll just like send him like a Snapchat of me like playing a song. And I'm like, oh, we should do this, and then it just kind of turns into something. So that was what it was like. But I wrote Aspect of Mystery about being with somebody, and you feel like there's like this unspoken love that you love each other. And it's kind of like the aspect of mystery, and you're both not going to say it because you don't know like if it's like the right time or not, but it's like it's there and you both know that. And that's what the aspect of mystery is.
So on to the very next question. So on to that. So Seven Sounds. You created a song called Seven Sounds. What was it like creating this one, and what's the meaning behind this?
Okay, 7 seconds is about it's about the same
Same person.
same person and same time frame as Aspect of Mystery. That's why we released them as a double single together. And 7 seconds, I just kind of ran with the idea. Like 7 seconds doesn't have like the phrase doesn't have any specific kind of meaning, like deep hidden meaning. It's just I just kind of ran with it. 7 seconds and then 7 hours in the next verse. But it's just kind of more of an edgy song than Aspect of Mystery, I would say.
Love that. So on to my very next question. So with the song I'm going to name next, The Spark. Like, what was it like creating this one, and what's the meaning behind the spark?
Okay, so the spark. I talked about this a little bit before in a video, but basically we were releasing an EP, and it was going to be 4 or 5
Songs.
4 or 5. Which one?
It was going to be 5.
Five songs, yeah. And the last one, we weren't really like we started creating it, and we just weren't really vibing with it. We were just like, we didn't really love it.
It was called I Don't Want to Write a Love
It was
Song.
called I Don't Want to Write a Love Song. Anyway, and so at the end of it, like we were still like in the process of making the EP, and Terrace actually challenged me. He was like, I don't think you can write like a happy love song. Like I don't think it's possible. And so the spark was actually, it came from that. It came from the challenge. I was like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like I'm gonna write a happy love song. It's definitely, I failed.
It's not happy.
It's not happy at all. But I tried. And yeah, that's what the spark is about.
So on to our next question. So 8-bit Rain, hopefully I said that right. So
Yes.
Yep.
what was it like creating this one, and what's the meaning behind it?
Okay, so 8-Bit Rain, I've actually never like talked about in a video. I actually released a video called The Making of 8-Bit Rain, and it was just me staring into the camera.
It's really cryptic.
Really cryptic. Me staring into the camera, just dead on for like 3 minutes while the backing track is playing. And 8-Bit Rain, there's a lot of hidden there's a lot of stuff hidden in there, a lot of Easter eggs. Like within the lyrics, there's a lot of numbers and letters. And there's Morse code at the end. And I really want to leave it up to interpretation, I guess. I want people to kind of like dive into that and like think about like how, like what, like try to figure it out. I don't think anybody really has yet. But
We
yeah.
had one person who came close.
Yes, one person did come close to figure out the Morse code, but
So I have to ask about how did you like both come together in the first place? Like you both mentioned like a little bit before, but like how did you become a producer, if I may ask?
Okay, so around about 2 years ago, well, okay, let's start with a month into the last year of the decade. That's a reference to a song. So, you know, we sort of met on Minecraft through this other person who later turned out to be a horrible person. But we met through this person, and then we just sort of went off on our own and like called, and we started with these like weird covers. Like we would just do covers of random songs. They weren't good, but they were funny. And we could call that like almost practice.
Yeah.
Like we were just getting used to recording. And then one day I just sort of decided I wanted to make a backing track, and it turned out this was the first backing track I've ever produced. And I have like a qualification in sound engineering, so I had a little bit of knowledge in the area, but not much. Still learning music theory and things. So I made that backing track, and Brib was like, "Can I write lyrics to that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So she wrote lyrics, and that's how Across the Sea happened. And then we just sort of decided, let's make another song. And that was what Mirror on the Sun,
Yeah.
which is that our least favorite?
it's our least favorite song, but you know, it happened. It was practice.
We think we're getting better
Yeah.
each time. And that's just sort of how it happened. It was just like, yeah, let's make a song.
I love that. So Across the Sea, you guys are mentioning Across the Sea. What was it like creating Across the Sea?
I think so. Originally, I wasn't gonna be on it. I did not at the time. Like when we had done our covers, I was just like singing into my phone. I didn't have a mic. I didn't have any kind of setup at all. And so because of that, he was gonna get some of his friends to actually sing Across the Sea. I had just written the lyrics, but I ended up getting a mic, and I ended up sending him like just a draft, and I was like, this is gonna be just like a draft, like you guys can do whatever with it. But he ended up loving it, and he was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, the memories, and like, it's so good. And so yeah, we started working on that as a project between us, and yeah.
I love that. So on to my very next question. So like how do you decide to get like say, hey, like I want to get into music, I want to start performing, I want to start singing. Like what made Brib decide I want to be a singer?
I have written songs ever since I was around 13 years old. And I have over 100 songs written. But at like when I would write them, it would just be on like instruments, piano, guitar, and whatnot. And I never had a way to like make them sound professional. And I always wanted to like get to that point. I always wanted to get to a producer and like find somebody to like make them sound good. I never expected it would be him. But yeah, it's been great.
It's really weird because a lot now, like in the past, it's always been you have to really have a lot of talent to be able to find a producer and get your stuff made and get out there. You have to get with a label, and you have to find a recording studio. Like all of our stuff is done in our bedroom. We use mostly like 90% of our songs as stock Logic plugins. The rest were free. And so like now it's pretty easy for even like Brib could probably do it. She just doesn't want to.
I
Brib
don't
could
know.
totally like open up Logic and create a hit.
Yeah.
She doesn't even necessarily need me. And so it's just kind of it doesn't take much. You just have to have a passion for it, and once that passion's there, you could go a long way with music.
So on to the next question. So on to that. So like, what does performing music mean to you as an artist?
I just love to write not only just songs, but stories in the songs. I get a lot of inspiration from like Taylor Swift, who also does the same thing. Like she writes it, like a lot of her songs are just stories and about her life, stuff that actually happened. And I think that's what makes our music the way that it is that all of my songs are real events that have happened, and stuff I'm actually really passionate and inspired by. Yeah.
So on to my very next question. So if you could take your music anywhere, any country, if you both could go to any country in the world, like where would you both want to go to and why?
That's a tricky one.
That is a tricky
Where
one.
would we go?
We've joked about having a yacht in between Canada and Australia and meeting up there, but that is definitely not practical.
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. But it would be great. Like, I would love to be able to perform like with him. Like, I would love for him to be able to like mix like my vocals like right there, and like him to be able to perform with me. That would be like insanely cool.
It doesn't really matter where, just
Doesn't
anywhere.
matter, just anywhere, yeah.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So with performing with other artists and stuff, so if you could work with any top 3 music artists in the music industry, dead or alive, who would you want to work with and why?
What about you?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Again, like I love Taylor Swift. Like even to like go to see Taylor Swift perform,
or like watch her creative process would be so cool.
Yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from her.
On to my very next question. So what would be your all-time cover song to perform of all time and why?
We had a lot of fun. We covered Marvin Gaye
Twice.
by Meghan Trainor and Charlie Puth. Yeah, it's a pretty fun one to perform. Yeah.
Is that really our top cover song?
I can't think of any others right now. No.
Okay. Marvin Gaye.
I love it. So on to my very next question. So if you like now Bribsta talk to young Brib, like what advice would you give to your younger self looking back and why?
I feel like I went through a time where I was like, yeah, like I'm never going to be able to do this. Like I'm never going to be able to perform music. Like, I had a lot of people tell me when I was a lot younger, when I was like 13, that like, you can't sing, like you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like I would just be like, you will get to a point, like you will like go to voice lessons, like you will get to a point where like you'll have a producer and be able to release music, because there was definitely a time where I thought that I could not do that.
So on to my very next question. So if you could like give any upcoming artists, like what advice would you give to people that want to get into singing?
To just go for it. I feel like we've talked about this a lot before, is how a lot of young artists really want to release music and really want to put things out there, but they just never do it because they're like, it's going to be bad. But you have to put stuff out there to get better. You have to start with like one step. For instance, like Across the Sea and Mirror on the Sun, like they aren't the greatest looking back. We've grown a lot, but it's like we had to put that out there. We had to go through that process to get better.
The thing is, when you put stuff out there, it makes you have this mindset of finishing it. Mm-hmm. Whereas it's very easy. Like I have a folder full of 500 Logic sessions, and it's like 50 gigabytes of just sessions that were started but never touched. And like that's fine. It's good to practice. But if you go in with the mindset of let's finish this and get it good to release, even if it's not amazing, like it's good to have that mindset and to be able to grow from that. It's just get out and do it. Mm-hmm. And even like surround yourself with other people who enjoy what you enjoy. Surround yourself with musicians. Yeah, that's it. Just do it.
So on to my very next question. So like what are the positive and negative sides into the music industry? And how do you get through those like negative moments as an artist or producer?
So the thing that really comes to mind for me is just the algorithm and how music is like you need to have a lot of listens. It's almost like you have to have a intense following before you release something for people to actually listen to it. Otherwise, it's like really hard for it to get out there and for other people like around the world to listen to it. And so I wish that was different, but you just got to keep releasing.
Yeah, that is very difficult when you don't have a big label that can do all the promotion for you. Organize gigs, organize tours. That's one thing we definitely need to do. We definitely need to do gigs. It's a shame that we live across the world.
Yeah.
Because I think gigs are definitely a good way to get out there, and if we could do live shows, you know, and just get the name out, that's an important thing.
I actually love you two. Like, I love the vibe and energy I get off you two. Like,
Aww.
so amazing and so beautiful to see you two. And you two actually remind me of two other singers, both a couple. Laura Frank, I don't know if you've heard of her, and Nick. Very incredible artists. And I don't know, you guys have the incredible like vibe and energy I get from them. Like with you guys, I love that about you guys. So
we work really well together. I think
we do.
I noticed that too, which is incredible. So I love that. So on to my very last question. So like, what's next for you? Like any upcoming music that you'd like to announce? Anything to look forward to for the next year?
We do have a couple projects in the works, like an album and a few other singles. But I think we've actually been working on redoing and remastering Across the Sea. Now that we've come so far, and we're just coming up on Across the Sea's like 2-year birthday.
That's on Tuesday.
It's on Tuesday. So yeah, we're working on that right now.
Yeah, we're just sort of exploring like what we can do. We've been saying this for a while, but we'd love to start a podcast. We'd love to start like, we're going to make a cooking show just for fun.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for that. Lots of cool stuff coming up. Yeah, definitely.
So cool. I have to ask, because of the cooking show, favorite food?
Pardon?
Favorite food?
Ooh,
Favorite food? Okay, well, I know Bribs.
What's your favorite food?
I don't know what my favorite food is. I think we're both the same.
Yeah, I love Indian food.
Indian food.
I love curry. Yeah.
It's lovely.
For me, I have to say spaghetti.
Ooh,
Spaghetti?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Love
that's
spaghetti.
interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, by the way, I would love to ask, would you like to perform one of your songs on the show? You have time.
Oh, I'm not sure how we would do that.
We like right now?
If you guys have time.
We can do that.
Yeah.
You've got a piano and you've got a mic.
Okay. I can't really play while singing though. That is definitely
Oh no.
What do you think?
I could just do the chords.
Yeah.
What song do you want to do?
You want to do Across the Sea?
We can do Across the Sea.
Okay,
That would be
we
so
can do
cute.
Across the Sea.
Okay.
Though it seems so very far, living in a world apart, when the sky is filled with nighttime and the stars, over there you have the sunlight. It's not dark, I haven't even met you, but somehow we are stuck together like glue. There's nothing I wouldn't do for our sunshine to be gathered with the moon. When you say hello to me, is this more than just a dream? Your smile's in my memory, even though I've only seen it on a screen. Through our minds we always find various ways to pass the time, sitting lonely on the sidelines, you and I having fun but never asking ourselves why. You're everything I ask for, and somehow you always prove yourself to be more. Love opens up every door. There's something there that I have never seen before. When you say hello to me, is Is this more than just a dream? Your smile's in my memory, even though I've only seen it on a screen. And just like the way you move, I don't even have to choose. On those days I'd rather do than speak to you with moments out of tune. When you say hello to me, though you're living across the sea, your smile means everything to me, even though I've only seen it on a screen.
Wow. Oh my god. Wow. So beautiful, Brib. Wow.
Thank you.
Like I'm goosebumps right now how beautiful that song is. You guys are both amazing. It's really inspiring. Do you have like any last final thoughts that you both would like to share on the show?
I don't know.
Just stay tuned for more exciting things by Bribsta Terrace.